Welcome again. This is Abda T. My name is James. Today, we are going to give you top 10 protected African presidents, since they are prominent figures in charge of the government and the welfare of their nation and its population. Most presidents are under intense protection. They are therefore susceptible to a variety of security risks, such as terrorism, political violence, and assassination attempts. The state has a vital duty to protect the president, and other high-ranking officials, and security precautions are taken to lessen the risks. African presidents routinely travel, both domestically and especially internationally, which increases their vulnerability to security risks. As a result, substantial security measures are implemented to secure their safety and the safety of their entourage, including physical protection, intelligence collection, and surveillance. So guys, before we get started, I challenge you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Alright, let's get started. 10. Mamadou Doumbouya of Guinea Alpha Conde, who had previously held the office of president, was deposed on September 5, 2021. As a consequence of a coup d'etat masterminded by Mamadou Doumbouya, he was previously a member of the French Legion and is currently a member of the Guinean Special Forces Group. Doumbouya said on state television the day of the coup that his group had overthrown the government and the constitution. He claimed that this action was taken right away following the coup. Doumbouya took the oath of office as the country's interim president on October 1, 2021. He has a thorough awareness of the numerous facets of national security due to his experience as a military commander and his current role as president of Guinea. He doesn't ride in particularly expensive automobiles. When he decides to travel by land, he uses helicopters in the air as well as Humvees on the ground. Although his security detail may not be as sophisticated as that of some of the other people on our list, Doumbouya has surrounded himself with a sizable number of bodyguards, and his men are always on high alert in terms of their preparation for war. 9. Kenya's former president Uhuru Kenyatta. Following his election as Kenya's president in 2013, Uhuru Kenyatta is now in office. Between the years of 2002 and 2013, Uhuru represented Gatundu South as a Member of Parliament MP, in addition to serving as Vice Prime Minister from 2008 to 2013. He was also chosen to lead Kenya as president that same year. In the general elections held in August 2017, Uhuru was able to win re-election as Kenya's president for a second and final term, with 54% of the vote. Public victory announcements were made on a national television network. On September 1, 2017, the court declared the election invalid. The court then ordered a new presidential election to be held within 60 days, beginning on the day the ruling was made. He won with 39.03% of the vote in the presidential runoff election. That was held on October 26th. Kenyatta travels in a Mercedes-Benz X-Class, a Range Rover, 10 high-speed motorcycles, 7 high-speed Toyota SUVs, and an armored Land Cruiser. His security detail, which he refers to as his entourage, consists of more than 10 large individuals. He has the 9th position on the list of African leaders who are given the greatest level of security. 8. Paul Biya of Cameroon. Paul Biya has presided over Cameroon since being elected president on November 6, 1982. He is the oldest head of state in Africa, the longest-serving president on the continent, and the longest-serving non-royal leader in the world. He has also held office for the second longest period in Africa's history. He was re-elected with significant majorities in 1997, 2004, 2011, and 2018, after taking home 40% of the single ballot vote. In the contested presidential election of 1992, he won re-election in 2018 with a bigger margin of victory. Governments from the West and MPs from the opposite party have claimed that fraud and irregularities in the voting process occurred each time. He did not win the elections in 1992, and there is information from numerous reliable sources indicating that there was significant fraud in the elections that followed. France, Cameroon's former colonial power, provides armaments and military training for the nation's armed forces as backing for his regime. Additionally, France is the second largest foreign investor in Cameroon, behind the United States of America. He has been in charge of the country for the past 40 years. He drives a fleet of fully armored Range Rover Sentinels, each of which costs roughly $500,000. He rides in a limousine that is closely watched while attending key events. He is well guarded by a big group of special bodyguards. And his motorcade is one of the safest in all of Africa. It is made up of fast-lane cruisers and Mercedes-Benz cars. The president of Cameroon is Paul Biya. In numerous other instances, he is accompanied by an entourage of bodyguards mounted on horseback. 7. Paul Kagame of Rwanda. Paul Kagame is a well-known political figure in Rwanda and a former soldier. He has been the fourth and most recent president of Rwanda since his election in 2000. In the past, Kagame led the Rwandan Patriotic Front, a rebel group with headquarters in Uganda that invaded Rwanda in 1990. The Rwandan Patriotic Front participated in the fighting during the Rwandan Civil War and led the military resistance that ended the genocide in Rwanda. Even though he has been in charge of Rwanda for more than 22 years, he is still regarded as one of the few African leaders who is highly regarded. Most of Kagame's countrymen view him as the most important leader in their nation. Paul is also one of the few African presidents who isn't hesitant to voice his thoughts due to his involvement in divisive subjects. Despite needing to step up his security to fulfill the demands, he was one of the most protected African presidents. Each of Kagame's heavily fortified Range Rover Sentinels costs $500,000. His car has some characteristics that make it difficult for it to withstand a direct hit. 6. Egypt's Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. Egypt's sixth and current president is Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, a former military commander turned politician. He has served in that capacity since 2014. Sisi served as Egypt's defense minister from 2012 to 2013 and as the country's director of military intelligence between 2010 and 2012. From 2013 until 2014, Sisi was Egypt's deputy prime minister. After serving as a general, he retired from the Egyptian military in 2014. Of all the African leaders, the Egyptian president enjoys one of the greatest levels of protection, despite the fact that he personally oversees the country. He does not tolerate blunders when it comes to his personal safety. Similarly, his presidential car is a Mercedes S-Class with a distinctive black license plate, and he can drive it with confidence because his country has one of the strongest militaries on the continent. Needs citation furthermore. Citation needed furthermore. Citation needed also. When Abdel Fattah is seen in public, more than 10 bodyguards who have undergone specialized training are with him. His motorcade consists of a number of security motorcycles, fast armored Mercedes-Benz cars, Land Cruisers, and a sizable number of special forces personnel. 5. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. South African politician and businessman Cyril Ramaphosa. In addition to becoming South Africa's fifth democratically elected president in 2018, he has been president of the African National Congress since 2017. Born in South Africa, Ramaphosa previously served as Nelson Mandela's Secretary General while he was president of the African National Congress ANC, as well as the National Planning Commission's head and Jacob Zuma's vice president. On our list of African presidents who require the most security, he is one of them. Ramaphosa prefers to drive a crossover over a regular car or an SUV. In contrast to previous presidents, he drives customized or specially constructed BMW cars, replete with show riders and large motorcades. 4. Zimbabwe's Emerson Mnangagwa, a politician and revolutionary from Zimbabwe, has been in office as president of that country since November 24, 2017, up until November 2017, when he was fired before gaining control in a coup. He handled a number of cabinet departments and served as Mugabe's vice president. He belonged to the ZA and UPF and had been a close friend of Robert Mugabe for a very long time. He won the contentious general election that took place in 2018 and is currently in office for his first full term. It has become crucial that the president be closely guarded as a direct result of the changes that have occurred in Zimbabwe's political scene. The president is subject to increased levels of security while conducting official business, whether domestically or abroad. The security detail also includes numerous members of the special forces, as well as fast motorcycles, armored Mercedes-Benz cars, and Land Cruisers. The president is constantly flanked by several heavily armed bodyguards as they follow him around in an armored limousine. 3. Alassane Ouattara of Ivory Coast. He has served as the president of the Ivory Coast Côte d'Ivoire since being chosen for the role in 2010. He currently holds the title of one of the most guarded African presidents. Ouattara is constantly accompanied by a significant number of security personnel, whether he is traveling inside or outside the country. Presidential security follows Ouattara's vehicle on foot until he is out of sight of the general public, and his vehicle is tightly backed up by heavily armored troops. 2. The King of Morocco, Mohammed V. Mohammed I Morocco. The current King of Morocco is an Alawite family member who ascended to the throne on July 23, 1999, following the demise of his father, King Hassan II. In the Alawite tradition, Mohammed is Morocco's second king. He has considerable business interests across a range of diverse industries in Morocco. He was the sixth wealthiest royal in the world and the richest king in Africa. According to the American business magazine Forbes, he is currently the fifth wealthiest monarch in the world, according to estimates of his net worth, which ranges from $2.1 billion to more than $8.2 billion. Mohammed uses armored BMWs and communication Humvees when he is out and about in public, in addition to the guarded Mercedes-Benz and Range Rovers he uses for his presidential mobility. 1. Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria. Muhammadu Buhari, the president of Nigeria since 2015, is a member of the political elite of the nation. He was chosen to be the military head of state of Nigeria following a military takeover on December 31, 1983, and he held that position until August 27, 1985. He is a former Nigerian Army Major General. Buhari has run for president of Nigeria 3 times, in 2003, 2007, and 2011. He defeated incumbent President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan in the election, winning. In 2022, Buhari plans to spend $1.6 billion on new cars and parks. An incumbent president finishing second or lower in a national election was unprecedented in Nigerian history. The day he took the oath of office was May 29, 2015. In February 2019, Buhari defeated his closest rival, Atiku Abubakar, who had previously served as vice president, to win re-election by a margin of almost 3 million votes. The nation places the highest priority on safeguarding Muhammadu Buhari's safety because he is the president of the nation with the most citizens in all of Africa. His procession is the largest and most impressive of its kind on the continent, thanks to the several motorcades that make up it. Access to President Buhari's compound is exceedingly challenging. A specially trained security officer and a fast-moving security motorcade provide the protection. The president of Nigeria is ranked first among African leaders who are given the highest level of security. In addition, he has occasionally held the position of chairman of ECOWAS. So guys, thanks for watching this video, and before we leave, remember to subscribe, comment, like, and share. In the comment box, tell us whom you want we may cover next. We love you. See you in the next video.